Pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody. We'd like to call the first public hearing to order. The first public hearing is for the Orange County Community Development Block Grant. And this is a block grant that would, our proposal is to use it to pay for the cost of the HVAC system for the senior center and also for pickleball court at the senior center for the seniors' use. This is actually leftover money that the director said that they were going to make available to us. We budgeted for the senior center HVAC. This would actually, we'd have to lay the money out and eventually we would get reimbursed. But this public hearing is to listen to members of the public and see their thoughts on the use of the grant money for that purpose. So if anyone would like to come up and comment, if you could just step up to the podium and state your name for the record, and that way Kathleen can get it. So if anyone would like to come up.
We have these legal ads for the paper up here on the table in case anybody wants them.
Okay. The legal ads for announcing this public hearing are on the table if anyone wants to read the public hearing notice. So if anyone would like to come up, come on up.
Mary Beth Roseppa, Otisville. I am definitely in favor of upgrading the HVAC system in the senior center, and I think doing a pickleball court is a good idea.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? No? Okay.
Can I say
Oh,
something?
sure, Kathy.
Not exactly public, I'm the recreation coordinator. I don't know anything about pickleball, but since I took on this position in March, there's a lot of interest in this town with pickleball. There's people Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I met with some ladies from the Ladies Auxiliary today. They were asking me all about when we get into pickleball court, so I think it's a very good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Do you need us to come up and agree?
No, I mean, you're more than welcome. If you would like to come up and speak, I can't.
Want to speak?
Yeah, if anyone would like to come up and weigh in, this is your option. If anyone thinks it's a bad idea, that's also your opportunity to come up and speak against it, so. You're all good? All right? Board members, Jim, your comments?
Nothing. It's pickleball is very, it's growing, and I mean, we do have 2 courts now at the town park, and we actually have, I think we have something in the youth center as well. Too.
Yeah.
So during the winter time, we can use that as well. I mean, this would be an advantage to have another court next to the senior center. I agree. It's a worthwhile project.
No brainer about any of this stuff, especially with the heat and AC. We're putting infrastructure put back into our buildings.
Karen?
I agree. I mean, we definitely need the heat and AC upgrade at the senior center, and for the pickleball, this will be an actually properly surfaced pickleball court, unlike the one we have now, which is asphalt, which they say eats up the ball or chews up their balls. So I think it's a good option for us and money available.
Okay.
I as well don't know much about pickleball, but I do know there is a high interest, so I do support that. And in the past, I actually have mentioned about updating the HVAC, so I am for it as well.
Perfect, and I agree. I think this is a good use of the grant, and so I also agree. So I will close the public hearing at 7:07 p.m. So Scott, we have to pass a resolution. Do we do that now, or should we wait for the regular meeting? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter, you're going to open the meeting, so you can do it at the end, if you want to do it now.
Okay. Kathleen, do you want to read that?
Yeah, but first you have to close,
I close the public hearing.
and then you need a vote.
Make a motion.
Oh, we gotta make a motion to close it, gotcha, I'm sorry. Make a motion to close the public
Make that
hearing?
motion.
Jim, second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. Now, Kathleen, I'm sorry, can you read the resolution, please?
The town of Mount Hope is hereby submitting its application for consideration under the Fund Year 2026 Orange CDBG Urban County Consortium Community Development Program, and the chief elected official or executive officer is hereby authorized to submit this application for the senior center HVAC and pickleball as described in the proposal. Input from citizens and groups has been received and considered, and an application has been prepared which addresses their community concerns. They further certify that they have read and understood the Orange CDBG Urban County Consortium Community Development Guidelines for the Fund Year 2026 program year, and have met all of its applicable requirements, and that the information contained in the application is accurate and true to the best of their knowledge. If awarded CDBG funds, the municipality shall implement the activities in a manner to ensure compliance with all applicable federal, state, and local laws and regulations.
Need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Chris. Need a second?
One second.
Amanda, any questions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you. So the second public hearing will be for the ambulance district. So, this is something we've been working on for well over a year, definitely a need in our community. Just a couple facts for everybody. So in 2024, we had 501 ambulance calls in the town of Mount Hope. So far this year through May 7th, so about a little over a third of the year, slightly over a third, we've had 230 calls, right? So we've had a pretty high need. The average response time, 20 minutes and 30 seconds. That's the average response time, which is a long time. Somebody waited, the longest was 73 minutes, which if you need an ambulance, that's an awful long time to wait. Our busiest month in the last year and a half was April. This year, 72 calls in 1 month. We had a day in February that was 9 calls, right? So we definitely have a need. We've been going through with this process. Part of this will be funded through taxes, through the creation of the district. The other portion will be income. We have spoken with some professionals on this topic. We anticipate bringing in about $230,000 in a full calendar year in reimbursements through insurance carriers. One of the advantages of creating this district, the board members, we can exempt town residents from paying copay. So if you live in the town and need an ambulance, just the waiving of the copay will be a net positive compared to what you'd pay in taxes. So the plan that was put together, we had, based on the first year, which is this year, 2025, year one, we expected to tax at about $150,000, which comes out to about $50 for the average household, $50.85. So that's for this year, which is already almost half over. I think my idea is that we would create the district, put a request for proposal out, and then see what the proposals are, and then we would pick one. My goal, my idea would be to have an ambulance here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year in the town. And we think we can do that for really not a whole heck of a lot of money. If you need an ambulance, you need an ambulance, right? So with that, I'll open it up for public comments. There is the copy of the map plan, the map, and the newspaper ads, right, Kathleen, up there too, if anyone would like to see them. Again, if you'd like to come up, if you could just state your name for the record. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Okay. Chris, any comments?
Well, I think it's just something that needs to be done. Could you imagine waiting 73 minutes for if you had a heart attack? You know, it's at that point where we need to make decisions, that's right. So for me personally, a $50 increase or whatever that number is, to have an ambulance sitting here versus waiting 73 minutes for if somebody had a heart attack, there's no value for that.
Let us, all right, you want to come up, Mike?
Yeah, just for a second. I know you mentioned,
How you doing?
Mike here, I know you mentioned that you're gonna have an ambulance here. Where are they gonna operate out of? Are they getting another building, or how?
No, well, listen, there's a lot of logistics, but they would probably be based at the police station area, the senior center police station. We do have a garage there, so if need be, we spoke to some ambulance people, they really only need the garage in sub-freezing weather. So, but we would not be looking to build anything in terms of
Okay.
a new building, or, we believe we have the existing space to be able to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's all, I just really, there's no dollar value on it, so.
Karen?
I I agree, I think it's something that we need to do. I had a recent incident where we needed transportation to a hospital, and the state police were there, and they told us not to call an ambulance, just to drive, because it would take too long for the ambulance to come. So, I mean, for the peace of mind, I think it's something that we definitely need to move forward with now.
Okay, thank you. Amanda?
I'm in agreement.
So, all right, so if there's nothing further, we need a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. So, do we have the resolution which we can vote on tonight? Do you wanna do that tonight? Are you guys ready to just vote?
Yes.
Jim? All right, so, I'll give you a break, Kathleen, I'll read this. How's that? Resolution and order approving the establishment of an ambulance district in the town of Mount Hope. A resolution and order approving the establishment of an ambulance district in the town of Mount Hope at a meeting of the town board of the town of Mount Hope, Orange County, New York, held at Town Hall, 1706 Route 211 West, Otisville, New York, 10963, on the second day of June 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time. The meeting was called to order by Supervisor Ricard, and upon roll call being called, present were myself, Carrie Lee Carey, Councilwoman, Christopher Furman, Councilman, Amanda Davis, Councilwoman, James Jennings, Councilman. The following resolution is being offered by, we need a motion?
I make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilwoman Carey and seconded by Councilman Furman. To wit, whereas the town board of the town of Mount Hope, hereinafter referred to as the town board, is considering the formation of the town of Mount Hope ambulance district, hereinafter the district pursuant to Article 12A of New York Town Law for the purpose of providing emergency medical and ambulance service within the town of Mount Hope. And whereas the town board duly adopted a resolution dated November 4th, 2024, authorizing the preparation of a map, plan, and report for the establishment of the proposed district and for the appropriation of funds for the preparation of said map, plan, and report. And whereas a map, plan, and report for the proposed district was prepared by Pitt and Garland Deutsch Consulting Engineers, PC, on March 3rd, 2025, and has been filed in the town clerk's office, where it has been made available for public inspection. And whereas the map, plan, and report describes the boundaries of the proposed district, proposed method of operation, maximum amount proposed to be expended for the ambulance service, and the cost of the proposed district to the typical property. And whereas the establishment of the proposed ambulance or district has been determined to be an unlisted action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, herein after CEQA and CEQA, short environmental assessment form, herein EAF, has been prepared for the proposed district. And whereas on May 5th, 2025, the town,
I'm sorry. I apologize.
is that?
I apologize, I'm reading on.
Okay. May 5th, the town board adopted a resolution and order reciting the boundaries of the proposed district, that the map, plan, and report has been available for public inspection, the proposed services and proposed method of operation, the maximum amounts proposed for the service, the cost of the proposed district, the typical property, and specifying the time and place when the town board will hold meet to hold a public hearing to hear all persons interested in the subject thereof concerning the same. And whereas a copy of such resolution and order was duly published and posted as required by law, and whereas a public hearing of said matter was duly held by the town board on June 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. at Town Hall, Town of Mount Hope, and full discussion of the matter have been had, and all persons desired to be heard have been heard. And whereas the town board wishes to establish the proposed district as detailed in the map, plan, and report in accordance with Town Law Article 12A, now therefore be it resolved as follows. 1, that the notice of public hearing was published and posted as required by law and is otherwise sufficient. 2, that all property and property owners within the proposed ambulance district area are benefited thereby. 3, that all property and property owners benefited are included within the limits of the proposed ambulance district. And 4, that it is the public interest to establish the Town of Mount Hope Ambulance District to include all properties located within the Town of Mount Hope and Village of Otisville, only and as permitted by those governing boards pursuant to Town Law 209B. Be it further resolved that on April 28th, 2025, the Village Board of the Village of Otisville passed a resolution consenting to the inclusion of the Village of Otisville in the town of, Mount Hope Ambulance District, which resolution was subject to permissive referendum, and be it further resolved that the town board hereby approves the establishment of the proposed district in accordance with the boundaries and descriptions set forth in the map plan and report, subject to the permissive referendum requirements in accordance with Town Law Article 7 and 12A, and be it further resolved that all the expenses attendant upon the establishment of the proposed district shall be borne upon those property owners identified herein in the map plan and report, and that such expenses taxed at the rate set forth in the map plan and report. And be it further resolved that this resolution and order is subject to permissive referendum, and be it further resolved that the town clerk shall within 10 days cause a notice of adoption of this resolution and order be published and posted as required by law, notifying the public of the permissive referendum period associated with said adoption. And be it further resolved that the town clerk shall cause to be prepared and have made available for distribution proper forms for the petition, and to distribute a supply to any person requesting such petition. And be it further resolved that if no petition is filed within 30 days after the adoption of this resolution and order, the town clerk is directed to file a certificate to that effect in the office of the clerk of the County of Orange. This question of adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly put to a roll call vote, which is as follows. I'm just gonna go down the list. Myself, yes. Carrie?
Yes.
Chris Furman?
Yes.
Amanda Davis?
Yes.
James Jennings?
Yes.
Yes. So that's 5 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, 0 absent. That's it, Scott? That's good? Okay. Perfect. All right, so now let's go into the rest of the meeting. So we'll have, we need the approval of the prior minutes from May 19th, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Correspondence from the town clerk, Kathleen?
Correspondence from Herbst and Weiss PC with regard to the performance bond for Forest Hills subdivision. And the two new front door quotes from Ortega Glass and Buddy's Glass. Quote for the Charlie Chomper Fund Bouncer from the Highway Department. Budget modifications from June 2nd. Move funds from inactive accounts to operating accounts from June 2nd for approval. Public hearing notice from the Town of Mount Hope Zoning Board of Appeals with regard to 4 Elm Road, Hidden Valley Estates, Middletown, for conforming to setback requirement. The building department monthly reports from March and April, and that's all I have.
Okay. Committee reports. I have a couple things. So we had a leak in the roof at the youth center. I reached out for Darren Simpson, who did the roof work here. They went out last Friday before all this rain over this weekend and repaired it. There was a nail popped, and there's also some issue with the valley that they said they repaired. Went there today. There's no water on the floor, so hopefully that worked. On last Thursday, we signed the youth center ceiling contract with TAM, and that work will be done tentatively scheduled for July, what was the date? 21st to August 1st. It worked out, there's no rentals during that period. It probably won't take them that long, but that'll give us the window to get the work done. And then as I think I spoke to you guys earlier, so the oven in the youth center kitchen is not working. Brandon went to check it. He said it's not the pilot light. He said needs to be looked at. So I will try to reach out. My thought was for the company that did the refrigerator, the restaurant supply company. So I'll reach out for them tomorrow. We have rentals this weekend, so hopefully we can get that fixed.
Now,
And
the other oven is still working, it's just.
the right side is working, the
Okay,
left
so there
side.
is still something on, okay.
Jim?
Last meeting, I reported that the sign wasn't working. I came back that night and I rebooted all the equipment and I was able to get the sign working again, so that's back up and running. So that outside sign is working. Just a reminder, if you have anything, let me know and I'll get that on the sign as soon as possible. And the only thing I have is just a request from the village. we used to get the fire reports monthly, and we haven't been getting those lately. I just wonder if we can get those again. The fire calls? Usually.
I get it too. I can forward.
Okay, yeah, we used to get them all. We used to all get, members of the board used to get a copy of it, in the email.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't realize anyone didn't get it that wanted it, so I will make sure we forward it.
All right.
Yeah, they've been sending it to me and, yeah.
All right, thanks. That's it.
Chris?
I just have a couple things. One is, I just wanted to mention that this weekend, at the Harding House, there's an open house from 12 to 3:30. It's on Sunday the 8th. And, if you follow me at all, on Facebook, I've been putting up a lot of things about potholes. And I just want to discuss for a minute what I've found out. The Hudson Valley in general has not gotten any money to repave roads. Only Sullivan County. And as far as potholes, they're limiting. And we're not the only road. 284 is that way. I was talking to Joe Menudo, who is a Orange County legislator and over in Newburgh and New Windsor area with Route 300 and stuff. They actually just painted new lines right over the potholes. So what I'm gonna say to you is there is a number you can call. It's 1-800-POTHOLE. You can call that. I would contact Mr. Scofis. He has a thing on his website that you can put a complaint form in on that. The big thing is I'm gonna tell you is I know the speed limit is 45, whatever on there. I would suggest you go a little slower. And I'm gonna suggest if anybody knows anybody that rides a motorcycle, do not go onto a level. In front of my house, there's a V like this in the center of the road, and it's probably that deep. It's absolutely really disgraceful that we have county roads and town roads that are better than a state road. We all pay taxes for it, one form or another. And, it's very discouraging. So I'm trying to make humor out of it by saying it out. I can tell you this, the governor has gotten some of them, and I won't tell you how I know. I just want everybody to make sure you watch where you're driving, especially when you get down to Wallkill as well. It's the same, it's even worse some spots that wash out. But, and I know going over the mountain, right, going down to 209, there's a really bad spot down there. So, listen, if you can, make a complaint one way or the other, but just know it has nothing to do with the town, has nothing to do with the county. This is all state, it's New York State. It's your, people that are up there that are controlling the money, and the government really just doesn't care, it seems like. So, anything you can do to help, that would be great. That's all I'm gonna go.
Can I mention that I have called the 800 pothole number?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's poured rain since it did, so.
Yeah, and I think I'm sorry, I think a lot of people have, and I've gotten some emails back on it, but I think if we try a bunch of different ways, maybe somebody will listen. I can't, at least come and fill them in. You know what I mean? I'm almost to the point where I feel like I need to go buy 20 bags of filler at Home Depot and fill them in, because it's just that bad.
If somebody breaks an axle, they'll fix them.
Yeah.
Just to add one more thing, as what Chris is saying, from what I saw in the proposed, the new adopted budget for the state, is there's no repaving.
No.
It was at the Valley
It was
next year
only,
either.
it was
Just
only in
some
Sullivan
patchwork.
County where
Right,
they already.
yeah, so there's
did that.
nothing slated for the next year either. Diane Loven messaged me a little earlier, she couldn't make it tonight. The Mount Hope seniors have a trip tomorrow, so the cars will be parked in the parking lot till around 5 or 6. I don't really have much from the village. They have started their one meeting a month schedule, so their first meeting, which is the second Monday of the month, they're having a regular meeting, and then the fourth Monday, they're having a workshop meeting, which is also open to the public. That's all I have.
I don't have anything.
One thing I forgot this year, we decided to do the different signs, so we're gonna put up those lawn signs. Maria has one, you can show everyone, stand up, or hold up, rather, not stand it up, hold it up. So we're gonna put these out in various different locations, as opposed to one big sign. And then we're also gonna put it on that sign that the county gave us money to build last year, which is by the dog park, so. All right, highway report, Andrew is at the highway training school, so he's not here, but, Mike, you're up next.
All right, good evening. Couple things, we got 154 back, it had the little accident from the deer, that's been fully repaired, restriped, it was restriped with the new graphics, so that looks good. The new 153 was delivered, so after waiting 2 years for some vehicles, now we got it like 2 months, 2 to 3 months ahead of time, so that was good. And it came just in time, because the current 153 is kind of is acting up and is temporarily out of service right now, so that's gonna be good. We are currently conducting a background for a part-time position, police officer position, and I have another interview set up for Wednesday with another part-time candidate. So we'll keep you abreast of that. And lastly, I just wanted to discuss the financing option for the body worn cameras that we discussed at last meeting. So even though we are saving an abundance of money, being that it's $20,000 cost total, which wasn't budgeted for in 1 year, I asked their rep to come up with some sort of financial plan, because they really don't get into financing, but he was able to work something out for me, for us. So as currently, what we do now currently is everyone is assigned a specific camera. With this system, which is nice, is that there could be less cameras, and then all you gotta do is scan, and it will assign you a camera. So it will tell you which one to use, because it wears them out evenly, which is nice. So to avoid the full 20, he came up with a plan where we buy 8 cameras this year, and then we can buy the additional 8 cameras next year. And it won't be a problem, because like I said, with the self-assign, it will automatic, we'll have enough with 8 cameras if it's doing the self-assign option. So with that, it would be 8,000 year 1, so this year, 8,000 year 2, and then year 3 through 5 would only be $1,180 for like maintenance, support, updates, that kind of thing. It's not a contract, so we're not under contract. We would own these, it's not a lease. They are under warranty, the cameras are under warranty for 3 years. And the system controller, which where the cameras go, is like 5 years, like the DAB and stuff. So that's all part of it.
So we would buy the cameras if they went bad?
What was that?
We would buy the cameras if they went bad, the 3-year warranty?
Yes, but as it stands right now, his current customer, they're going on 4 years right now with no issues. And I
What's
think
the cost of a camera?
they are $679.
We're buying these 8 right from the get-go, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
actually own it, so if one breaks, we'd have to buy one to replace it.
Yeah.
After 3 years.
They warranty.
After 3 years.
Right.
Because they're warranted for
I'm
3
just wondering
years.
what the price is per
Oh,
camera.
I got you.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's 8 per year, I'm gonna guess they're about $1,000 each, $8,000 for year 1 with a.
Well, there's, in there,
there's
there's
some
the
other
maintenance
stuff.
fees, all that
Things
stuff, yeah,
Right.
but the actual camera from either one would be $680.
Okay.
Again, but what's nice is they'll be evenly worn, so it's good for our apartment like us with a lot of part-timers, because you have one guy might work a couple of shifts, you have one guy that works 20 shifts, so that one camera is getting used more than another one, so this evenly spreads them out where they should wear evenly, and actually, I would think last longer in theory, so.
So I told Mike is we can, if anyone has any questions, they can email them, and we'll put it on the agenda to vote at the next meeting, so it'll have its own line, so this way if anyone, if you go home and think of anything, you can ask.
And so there's no, like I said, there's no agreement or contract, so you guys can vote obviously to purchase them, but there's no like authorizing me to sign anything, or authorizing you to sign anything, it's just we buy them, they'll train us, implement them, and good to go.
Perfect.
Where were they from? What was the company name?
Axis, and I think Chester uses them, New Windsor uses them, I touched base with the New Windsor chief to make sure there's been no issues since I've last used them, because like I said, I used them before, and he said, no, they're still good, and they have no issues, so I feel comfortable with the switch, especially at that savings.
Anything else?
No, that's it, sorry, unless there's any questions.
All right, any questions for Mike? Recreation report, Kathleen? Wherever you, whichever more comfortable for you.
Okay. We have a Father's Day craft happening June 14th. Everything's free for everybody in the community. I postponed the plant swap and book giveaway because there's just so many things going on that weekend everywhere. So I don't think there'll be a big turnout, so we'll pick a different day in the summer. And the book club starts next week. Oh, you have the whole list. Oh, and teen night. Our first teen night's gonna be June 20th. It's gonna be like a distress pizza and chill night, right in the middle of finals and stuff, so they could come in, kind of relax on a Friday night. And then we're having Stop DWI coming in to do a presentation for the team on the 25th. So,
First aid CPR.
and the CPR, we got a lot of signups for the CPR, a bunch of signups for Father's Day, so. I think they're
When's the
happy.
first movie night?
The last day of school,
Okay,
June 26th or June 27th, or Friday night.
Makes sense.
27th,
That's
okay.
gonna be the, our first movie night, and then it's like gonna be like every other week with, going with the teen nights.
Gotcha. And how did it go on Saturday at the event at the park with the fun run?
Good,
Was it fun?
good. We had a lot of fun. Very
It rained a
A little
lot.
windy and chilly though.
Yeah.
Very, Mother Nature is not on our side, but I wanna thank the police department for being there. This is my PTO position, but, the Otisville Fire Department for coming out with their EMTs. Wanna thank the Lions Club for letting us borrow their speaker system, and the Highway Department for the cones. So everybody kind of played a part in making it a big success. We had,
Great.
it was good, it was
All
good.
right, thank you. Any questions for Kathleen?
When is the CPR class?
June,
21st, Saturday. We usually split up first aid and CPR. It's a full day thing, first aid and CPR.
just one day, we got a bunch of signups so far.
Is there a limit to the signups?
We put it like 20, 25.
We're halfway there, I think, right?
Yeah.
Kathleen, if you need help with any of these events, just let us know. We need
Thank
extra
you.
bodies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know I've been sending you, vendors for
Yes,
bicentennial
thank you.
and stuff, so.
Perfect.
Same goes the other way.
Thank you. Village of Otisville. Lance, are you doing the report?
No. I didn't know Brian wasn't here.
Do you have anything? Did he give you anything?
No.
That was just whatever
Yeah.
you had? Okay. All right, moving right along. Old business, bicentennial update.
Our next meeting is on June 17th at 7 o'clock here. We are moving along, we're getting vendors in. Last week, we've gotten quite a few more food vendors and some inquiries for craft vendors. And we are looking to do a town float, which I have to get with Andrew with to see if we're available for trailers, but we're gonna be looking to see if any town employees want to help us with the float. That's really what we have right now.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Hidden Valley Sewer. So we got good news and bad news, which I think is always the case, right, Mike? So the flow is pretty good right now. Today was 24,000 gallons, which with all the rain we had, is pretty remarkable. Even last week, we were in the 40,000 range. So that's moving well. I looked in the tanks, they're pretty low, which is good. They've been doing a great job. The bad news, the valve that needs to be replaced that broke is $5,700. So that's been ordered. I spoke to the engineer, there's really nothing we can do, it's just gotta be replaced. So, once that comes in, that'll get installed. The DEC inspection took place. We haven't heard anything back from the DEC, but, Jamie from H2O was there, thought that it went well. I mean, knock on wood, hopefully it went well. It was rather quicker than he thought. She kinda went in and got out in a little bit of time, so. Any questions on Hidden Valley? All right. New business, so Maple Lane, the bond release, they're requesting a reduction in bond. Jason went out there and they're looking to, or Jason agreed that we could reduce it by 80%, which would authorize myself to release with Scott and Jason's okay of the paperwork, $280,000, which would leave us a balance of 70. I guess it's all done except for the top coat. So we need a resolution authorizing me to do that.
You're okay with this?
Mhm.
I'll make
Motion?
motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Local law number 4. So it's been brought to our attention, there's like a little bit of a issue. I don't know where my copy went, but, this is something that Alex Smith, who's the planning and zoning board attorney, and spoke to Scott. So this would amend our zoning and building codes to allow for non-conforming building structures that pre-exist the zoning. So if you have a house in a pre-existing area and the house has to get knocked down, you could build the house back, if I understand this correctly, right, Scott?
Correct.
So this would address anyone currently now, if you live in one of those situations, if your house burnt down, you could not rebuild your house. So this would allow the planning board to oversee it. And there are some protections, right? It would have to be 75%.
Correct.
So, so any event, so I'd like to introduce this law tonight and set a public hearing for July 7th. Kathleen, that would work, right? Is that the next meeting? Or the next?
July 7th?
Is that right, or is it the 6th?
Yeah, it would be the 7th.
Okay, so we need a motion to, well, first, if anyone has any questions on that, Amanda, Carrie, Chris, Jim? All right, and then we'll need a motion to set a public hearing and advertise this in the newspaper.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. As we know, the front door has been broken. They were able to find one pivot to work in the short term, but we got a couple different quotes. We got a quote from Ortega Glass, which is formerly Rosen Glass, and then the other person that does the work normally for us, Buddy's Glass, and the two prices. Kathleen, can you give me the two?
Yes.
Can you read the two prices?
Buddy's Glass
Was that 52.89?
is 52.89.55.
Okay,
Ortega was 6,800.
so it's 52.89.55 for Buddy's, who is our regular contractor that does our door work and, you know, the stuff, the glass. And the other price was 6,800 from Ortega. I don't think we have much choice but to get the door fixed before it breaks.
Yeah.
And we can't find another pivot, so I would make a motion to approve Buddy's Glass for $5,289.55.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Chris,
I'll second.
second by Carrie. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. All right, I'll just jump over D for 1 second. So we have Charlie Chomper, which is something that's at the park.
That purple thing.
It's
that
the
you
purple
said.
bouncy
It's the purple dinosaur.
animal. It died. It broke.
He doesn't
So
chomp.
he doesn't
Not
chomp.
anymore.
He is out of commission. So the cost of a new Charlie Chomper is $1,080. We do not have any money budgeted for playground replacement. I did talk to Lorelei. We do have $10,000 in contingency for the A fund. So we would be voting to authorize the purchase of Charlie Chomper's replacement. And then in the future, we would have to do a budget mod as long as everyone's in agreement to do it. So anyone's thought on this?
Is this the only chomper bouncer thing that we have, whatever it's called? Is that-
Jim, are you aware? If anyone would like to see a picture of Charlie Chomper, there it
Is
is.
it like a dinosaur?
It's a dinosaur.
It's one of those things you can rock back and forth on.
It like rock just
Yeah.
bounces.
I thought we had two.
We had to, but we replaced the one down by the main ball field, and took it out. That's been out for years. I mean, to me, it looks like it's probably being vandalized, probably big kids are riding it.
Well, it says age range 2 to 5 years old.
Yeah. Probably how it broke, cause it
Can
probably.
I say something? We maybe discuss putting something else there. Those things are super dangerous. Kids break their nose because they bounce back, and the teenagers just constantly break them.
I think they're safer than seesaws, I think that's why.
Yeah, I don't like seesaws either.
Seesaws
And as a
are
parent of little kids,
No,
like,
seesaws
I think
don't
maybe we could, if we're gonna spend that much money on something, let's put something a little safer in there.
I'm okay, wait, the broken one has been removed. I mean, Andrew unfortunately is not here.
I mean, I'm fine waiting, I know we have some ideas from the parks committee, other upgrades for next year, I mean, if we don't really need it right now. And if it keeps getting vandalized by the older kids, maybe it's something we
Exactly.
shouldn't replace anyway.
That city thing is wild too. What is that called?
Yeah, I hate that spinny thing too.
Yeah.
Alright,
That like
so,
manual merry-go-round? Yeah, the wheel of death.
Sadness.
All right, so we'll put that on hold, and maybe Kathleen, we can get together with you, and when Angela comes back, and we can come up with maybe an alternative. Okay. All right, so we need, F, budget modification, there's two pieces to this. We have actually budget modifications, and also, so one of the surrounding municipalities, had an audit done by the state controller's office, and one of the things that they were cited for was having excessive accounts in the bank accounts. So we have a list of accounts that we haven't done anything with in over a year, but there is small amounts of money in it. So based on the controller's recommendations in another town, we're trying to be proactive, and this would authorize myself to close these accounts and to move the money in addition to the budget mod. At the next meeting, and I'll hopefully have this to you soon, I was working on it with Lorelei today, we're gonna have a fund balance policy as well, which is also required by the controller's office. So we're gonna work on that as well. But Kathleen, can you read all the items?
Sure.
I read that long resolution for you, just for this reason.
Close OBT account number 8296230, capital reserve AA 2310-000, $14.24. Transfer into OBT account number 8595834, operating account AA 2000-000 for $14.24. Close OBT account 8501750, Cash Howells Cemetery AA 2070-000 for $501.51. Transfer into OBT account number 8595834, operating account AA 2000-000, $501.51. Close OBT account number 8296243, B, Capital Reserve, OCT, BB 2330-000, $12.49. Transfer into OBT account number 8595834, B, operating account BB 2000-000, $12.49. Close OBT account number 8493839, Cash Bridges, DA 212010-000 for $11.01. Transfer into OBT account number 8595834, DA operating account DA-2000-000 for $11.01. Close OBT account number 8298966, Howells Fire SF-2020-000, $209.79. Transfer into OBT account number 8595834, SF operating account SF-2000-000, $209.79. Close OBT account number 8298720, Manhole Cash Fire Cash SF-2010-000, $494.37. And transfer into OBT account number 8595834, SF operating account SF-2000-000, $494.37.
Was there any other budget mods too?
Then there's regular budget
Okay,
lines.
so we'll do them separate.
Yeah.
Motion to close those accounts, with the money as
Make a
described.
motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Kathleen, budget?
Yep, and then budget modifications are increase AA 8745-400, flood and erosion control contractual expense, $1,325. Decrease AA 1620-400, building contract expense, $1,325. Increase AA 5140-200, Russian Weeds equipment, $11,199. Increase AA 5140-200, Russian Weeds equipment, $950.20. Decrease AA 5142-200, snow removal equipment, $10,000. Decrease AA 5140-200, brush and weeds equipment, $3,316.10. Decrease AA 5140-400, brush and weeds contractual expense, $950.20, to allocate funds for highway mower.
Need a motion?
I'll make that.
Second?
I'll second the motion.
Jim? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you, Kathleen. Need a motion to approve Chief Maresca to attend the ISBP conference in Denver Colorado, the 17th to 22nd of October, at a cost not to exceed $2,500. It's properly budgeted.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Jim, second Amanda. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Authorize paying bills abstracts 21 and 22.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. So I'm gonna jump back to D, the youth center renters, senior center rental discussion. So we kinda keep going round and round with some of the issues there and some of the wear and tear. So currently, we have $100 deposit, which, not this past weekend, the weekend before, we had over that in damages to the building. So two things, I think we have to increase the deposit amount. I know we don't wanna kill people, but I think we should at least go to $250, because $100 doesn't really do much of anything anymore. And then I would like to see us no longer rent the senior center, leave it exclusively for the seniors and for community groups to have their meetings during the week. The seniors have a lot of events going on, leave it for them, and then just rent out the youth center. And I think that will make it better all the way around, but, I'm open for everyone's thoughts
Can
on.
I ask a quick question? The
Both
$250 deposit, is that the refundable or non-refundable?
Well, what's the $100?
That's the non-refundable.
Yeah,
I think it'll be refundable.
if there's no damage, it would be refundable. Right?
Yeah, small.
So if we check it and there's nothing, it's all good, we give them the $250.
So it's just like what we have now then, but you're just raising it to the $250.
Correct,
Correct.
to increase it to $250,
Yep.
correct.
Are we checking it for the renters? Like,
Yeah.
The day before, if there's any damage? I mean,
Dan's there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Dan,
I mean, do we know, I mean, okay.
well, in that situation, the place was left also wasn't properly cleaned. So there was some damage to the walls, but there was also, like, the bathrooms weren't clean, the kitchen wasn't clean, the garbage wasn't, I mean, I don't think none of it was taken out, some of it might have been, so, but,
So it wasn't mostly damage, it was just,
well, there's a little bit of both. There, and again, to your point, we're not really sure 100% who's damaging the walls. But the building is getting run down, and I think we're gonna have to allocate money to keep the building up.
Yes.
If we're gonna keep renting it, and that's my idea with the senior center. If we don't rent it anymore, just have meetings there. It's really not meant for the wear and tear that's being endured to it. And then the third part of this is, so this is something that came up, I was asked about it, I spoke to the Association of Towns and the Controller's Office about this. So we never were permitted to give discounts to outside organizations to use our facilities. And the Controller's Office said that, the theory is this, it's a gift because we're not supposed to be making a profit on these buildings. We're only supposed to charge what it costs us to run the building. So when we create that price, which is how we created the price, if we then give some groups a discount but not others, that's us gifting those groups a discount. So I reached out to the Association of Towns and spoke to them about it and asked them their suggestions, and their suggestion was don't give discounts to certain groups over other groups. So that would be I don't even think we have to vote on that, that would just be, we no longer can give discounts to groups to use the youth center. Now, for the senior center, the seniors can continue doing their programming, and they don't pay now, they wouldn't pay because there are seniors. But if a group wants to use where now we were giving like one free, half price, I think is what it was, everyone would have to be the same, because otherwise it's a gift.
But the
So-
meetings, if we went to just meetings only, that.
So meetings only at the
Free.
senior centers would be fine. We can have meetings, the football, the Little League, the well, the seniors are different because they're ours, but any other group that wanted to meet, that are in our community.
so instead of, I know some organizations like to have meetings in the youth center, so we would eliminate the meetings in the youth center and they would use
Move them to the senior center, correct?
Okay. Okay.
So,
So groups will still be able to meet.
correct,
It'll just be in the senior center.
correct.
I'm agreeing with you, I think it'll be less traffic in the senior center and not beat it up. And then the center. Yeah, I think it's,
Well, keep in mind also, we do have rentals.
Right, this will be
Right.
moving forward.
Yeah, but
Right.
moving forward.
Moving
we can do it.
forward, we
Okay.
won't do it in the future. Carrie, your point?
I mean, as to the rental, not giving free rentals, I mean, that's, we don't have a choice, we're following the state law to do that, but I agree. We'll do just the meetings only in the senior center and the increased deposit for damages.
I agree, but I still worry about the traffic from the gym. And also the fact that it is a youth center, that's what it was built for, but we don't always utilize it as a youth center. It's used more so as a rental center. But I also know there's issues with that too.
As time moves on, I hope we're going to use it more as a youth center,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things
I
I
think
think
we
with
are now.
Kathleen, we are
Yeah.
definitely now.
Yes, Kathleen has been bringing more youth activities into it,
Mhm.
so I think it is blooming into that, we'll say.
I'm just
But,
concerned with now that we have one place for rentals, you know, eliminate the rec on the weekends if they're being rented, the youth center, more.
But I think, again, like, let me let Amanda finish, because she was not finished with her
Sorry.
thought, just hang
It's
on.
okay. I know we've had issues with, people, I don't necessarily wanna target kids, but people, utilizing the gym, and then they use the bathrooms, and then the kids are playing and such like that. A lot of damages have come from that, so that's where,
Yep.
you know, and how do we hold them accountable? I mean, yes, we have the cameras, but, I don't know. I wish there was a way we could separate the gym use from the bathroom use, because then they have to physically walk through the facility, and then they have access to everything.
I don't know how we could.
We can't,
No
it's,
bathrooms.
yeah, it's just the way the building was formatted.
But
That
use a
was
key
before
card to
me.
get in?
Mm.
Don't use a key card to get in?
Well, they get into the gym, but.
No.
And then they're in to the building,
But the key card is recognized, the name who used the key card, who used it.
But,
Yeah.
so, yeah, but anybody that can come in.
Not in.
I'm not
Sometimes they
saying
come
that
in
they have to
groups,
use
too.
the gym door to get inside, so there won't be some kind of record of, say, Joe Smoke was in there, so we can say, hey, this is damaged during you signed into this door. Again, you're reliable for that.
It's hard to watch
It's
the
hard
cameras
to-
and see who it was, because they usually, the people come in groups a lot, they're coming to the
Yeah,
gym,
the
they
same,
don't know
but
who it is.
that person has the card, so they should be responsible for their
But
part.
we're not, it's, so Dan comes in and will say, hey, since yesterday, or maybe since Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever, I noticed this. So we have now 4 days, 3 days, 2 days to try to narrow it down, which is
And it takes 24 hours
It
to watch
takes-
24 hours. of
correct. So I myself don't have 24 hours time to watch 24 hours of tape. So, I agree with you if we have a narrower time frame, but it's hard to catch all. So,
What's the, I'm sorry, to interrupt. What's the membership, is there a difference between a gym membership and the youth center side?
Same.
So, okay, so why can't they go use the bathroom then? You talking about during functions or just in general?
No, we're just saying that.
we're just saying, it's hard to hold people accountable.
Yeah.
We've had damages done while there's nothing going on in the youth center, there's no rentals, but and we were able to pinpoint at a couple instances where we have damage done inside the building, the
Mhm.
youth center building, but it came from someone using our gym, or someone.
You think it's from gym or just from separate kids going into play
Yeah,
something?
that's the problem.
We don't always know.
Yeah.
Some
Don't
people
always
have
know.
called us and told us
They get in
damaged
through the
their-
gym, who's to say if they're using mom and dad's gym card? You know, if mom and dad drop them off, they want their gym, but kids are kids, and sometimes they're doing other stuff, and they cause
Don't
Yeah.
say that.
trouble.
So,
What about if they lock the door, like in the evening?
but then they can't use the
bathrooms.
bathrooms, and they can't use the
Title
gates.
to
I mean, the building isn't really
Gates are in
set
there
up
too, yeah.
properly,
Yeah,
so.
there should have been a second to
And
the
then go
bathroom.
from the gym to the senior, the rest doesn't, no,
No.
from the gym.
Not the senior
into
center.
the
All right, so
parking
can we do a
lot.
motion then to raise the deposit to $250, restrict the use of rentals just to the youth center moving forward, any existing rentals will remain in place, and then meetings will be moved to the senior center. Need a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We're gonna do an executive session, but let's do the public participation first. So we'll do public participation. If anyone would like to come up, 3 minutes. Chris will keep track. If you can just state your name for the record for Kathleen. So, Chris is ready. Whoever wants to come up. Hang on, you need help?
Chicken.
Mary Beth Rosetta, Otisville. The Pocatello Fire Company is holding a pancake breakfast this Sunday from 7 a.m. to noon. Tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for kids and seniors over the age of 60. It will be a 50-50, there'll be a small turkey tray. It's a pre-Father's Day pancake breakfast. We don't want to do it Father's Day because everybody does it that weekend. We figure we get it in early. Our
Good
penny
thinking.
social last Saturday, actually went very well. We had over capacity, and we made enough money to cover what we, to cover the expenses we had and have a profit.
Great. Perfect, thank you.
Gladys Terrell, Mountain Hope. As far as the youth center, is it possible that you don't allow the children in without an adult supervision?
Well,
There had been plenty of times that I've gone over for the gym, and I found the tennis balls, the pool table balls all over the floor, the paddles for the ping pong table all over the place, and I stopped and picked them up.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I mean, it's a work in progress with that. The initial intent was for the one portion of the building to be for a teen youth kind of center, so that's what the challenge is for us. But I thank you, and we'll take it into consideration.
And there is a, right, Kathleen, it does say children
Under 14.
Are not allowed.
Like, and they sign it, they initial it.
Anybody else like to come up? Anybody? Mike, new haircut? Mike doesn't want to come up? No?
I'll stay by it for another time.
All right, perfect. All right, so I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss a police and highway personnel matter. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay. We'll come get you, Mike, we'll talk, and then we'll come out and get you.
All of a sudden, that air can, now it got cold, right?
You put it on too late.
I know, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Amanda's card came in handy.
Going forward. They started, what are the buildings?
Yeah, and then just
So
look
we're not
for
gonna
the
start
sign.
for next winter, I guess.
We all emailed.
We'll be down.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, so let them, let whoever else know, because it might feel.
You need to get in the car.
I'm really like tonight.
Oh, I don't
And
know.
if, oh, okay.
Let me tell you,
There's a fire company, the auxiliary folks from Dover.
3 weeks ago,
Oh,
I'm one who does.
okay.
I took a come out to take a shower.
Alright, thanks, Mary.
And I went to throw the bath mat up over the shower to dry up. I lost my balance.
Yeah, so, oh,
Down I went.
All right.
She calls 911. They want to send an ambulance right away. I'm 87 years old, that's the first thing they think of.
Yeah, well,
So she tells them, you don't need an ambulance, she didn't hit her head, she's laughing and joking, she's fine. I said, so who's on the phone? She says, 911, I said, no, a woman or a man? She says, it's a woman. I says, tell her to send me 2 6-foot cops that are nice and they smile a lot.
You ain't gonna get me then, I'm only.
No, I didn't get you, damn it, but I got 2 of them.
I don't meet your height requirement.
I got 2 nice cops.
Good.
And they don't.
Good. I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, yeah. I just, see, I had 2 hips and 2 knee replacements. So when I was going through physical therapy, I was doing it in the hospital. I had one therapist since we had a pool
Oh, that's good.
without hurting myself. So that's, when I go down, I fall asleep.
Yeah,
But
but the shower can be dangerous. I mean, or a bathroom in general, a lot of hard surfaces, it's slippery.
I know, and
Even if you try to brace yourself sometimes.
and Devil's Gate, the floors are concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's, you know, in the bathroom, that was concrete. When I went down, she comes in the bed, and she says, thank God you're dressed. That was the only thing I was concerned about. I didn't want to give anybody a nasty walk. But I did, I tell you, your police, your officers are very,
That's
very
good.
nice.
That's good.
When they come to you at nighttime, do their drowns,
They're out, yeah.
they wave back. Sometimes they
They
stop
better.
me too up. I wave back, no matter what, if I'm in the car or not. And if I see them park, they stop and I talk to them.
Yeah, that's good, I'm glad.
But they are, every one of them, I've never had a, I can't say a bad word about any of them. They're all very good.
Yeah, that's good.
And very considerate, even when you fall. They come down for an emergency. They are very considerate.
I think
I'm glad you're
Can't
on.
complain.
did happen.
I just had to check, there was actually, I was gonna state,
Yeah.
it was a 24th.
Yeah, yeah, Greg.
Yeah, and that's the full day one, because that's first aid.
He's our,
And I think
he's our
and it's
SRO
a
now.
little longer, because he's doing.
So you don't see him on the road as much. So in the summer, you'll see him there.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna sign up?
Because he'll be taking shifts in the
great.
summer.
And it's,
Yeah, you're gonna leave, but you never wave them, wave them, leave. Everything's, because it's
it
just.
says two sometimes.
I don't think the second half is gonna be that interesting.
It's not even a half.
It's not even a half. We came down just for the ambulance business.
Yeah, well, you're good to
And
go.
I didn't know the husband was out.
Yeah, you got the good part of the meeting. I don't like, I mean,
You have the
more
one.
welcome to stay,
You're
but it's
getting
gonna be a
it.
wait, a little bit of a wait problem.
Well, that's another.
For me to get my inhalers in me.
All right.
My nebulizers.
Get home safe. We got COPD. Yeah.
It's worth getting old, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the golden years.
And then I'll.
Nothing golden about it. You have a good night.
You too. Good seeing you both.
Safe out there. Trying to fix us out, yeah. It'll be
Do our
fine.
best.
And it's not coming from
All
recreation.
right, ladies, you don't say.
Have a good one.
I like the little studio, I like these little Well, you it's good, it's good. I mean, I
It's just a
haven't.
big thing of mud going around from there.
Oh, that's true.
But I saw it.
Maybe I just looked for
Yeah, my daughter threw up there. And then the next day, my friend.
I didn't know what that was on the floor over there.
Oh, you got it from Willie Goes.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Go to Willie Goes.
Yeah.
Old calendar.
Well, that's better.
Instead of the brown.
Yeah.
Is it 'cause it does brown?
But you know, the kids may still, just for older kids may still do it. That's nice.
There's other options.
We can't replace the other one until it breaks.
I don't think there is. I
The
thought one
spinning
was
one.
gone. Oh, that one. That'll break. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Oh, you didn't hear?
No.
It was canceled.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, because the stage collapsed.
Oh.
Yeah, so I drove 3 hours, had a nice dinner. and
Did you
the
get
kids-
money? I
They're
mean,
gonna
obviously.
yeah, they're gonna refund me.
Yeah, but like, you went there.
I know.
Then
Already
canceled
checked in.
two after her. Hers got canceled again in Washington DC.
Yeah, because of Jason Aldean, the next day, they canceled that too. I guess her apparatus is what broke the stage. So I'm assuming that's why
She
they,
probably has hydraulics, whatever.
yeah, she has a big screen or whatever she, yeah.
Where was this?
In Boston. I went to go
Fenway.
Shakira and went 3 hours and stayed in a hotel for, I wouldn't say for nothing, I still had a good time. I went to like a club, but, you know. But not what we went there for, not what we intended to go for. And it was gonna be in Fenway, so that's pretty cool. I was gonna be on the field, the field, right in front of the stage. Oh well. Yeah, the whole public knows my, that's okay. I'm back. Have you ever gone to Boston, Marie?
Yeah, to visit Harvard. So
Excuse
it's
me.
really Cambridge, sorry. Who else have I gone to Boston? Yeah, that's it.
I love that. I love Boston. I think it's such a nice city.
My daughter just did an internship during the spring.
I bet you she loved it. Well, I don't know about the job, but I bet you she loved it.
Oh, well, she was in.
Yeah.
She got to work alongside the curator for like the Freedom Trail and the management and like that. Since the first time she's been there, she's been smart. When she did her interview at Harvard, she was like, "Could you just stay for?" So we did. She was in her element.
Yeah, it was.
And
It's
then
just
she
nice.
saw the reality of the tuition.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's
So
another
she's
story.
in a state school. No, but she also had an interview with the University of Massachusetts for her master's. So.
Awesome. Yeah, it's such a it's a clean city. It's safe. Food's
She was
good.
in about 8th grade. She says, "I'm gonna live on Beacon Hill someday. You better make a whole lot of this." Took millions just for a studio.
Yeah, it's a lofty goal.
All I told her is have one of those with a garden, guest cottage, where I can live. My mom had an office there. Her company had an office there. We used to love going in. But I will not go this online.
I mean, I was a Yankee fan too, but
I can't.
it's nice. It's cool. It's a historic stadium. I ran races in it, so that was fun too.
Did you?
So, push ups in the locker room. Get to run along the green lights. I got to run on the field.
I got to see Birmingham since I was a girl.
To me, the Yankees lost their charm. They moved. I know the stadium's nicer, but I like
Yeah.
I like that old City Field's better than the stadium.
I agree. But I'm still a Giants fan, so I mean, I've been hard with my team.
Yeah, no, so am I. And that's another stadium that stinks.
Always has.
MetLife is terrible.
My husband's a Bills fan, so I constantly have to listen to. You gonna watch the game? It's the only New York team that's playing.
Yeah,
Oh, all
there's a
right.
guy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically why I picked Fenway. She did 2 concerts at MetLife, but it's a pain to go there. I'd rather drive 3 hours in Baltimore than go to MetLife.
Yeah, we knew a guy who was head of security for the stadium. And he was always, "Oh, I can get you tickets." I'm like, no, don't wanna go.
I know someone who has, but why?
We're probably going and just looking for, and of course, like, the kids wanna go to all these things, which is, you know, we have a friend that lives there, but he's in Perthshire, which is in the middle. So I'm just trying to like map out.
Map it out.
Hey, Mike. Ask my assistant.
Wake up, Chris.
Actually, my kid was very killed. My husband's been, and he has a picture of the kid. They're expensive. The kilts.
Oh.
Expensive.
There's a place up near Cooperstown. It's all Scottish stuff. No, what I'm saying is if you ever wanted to get one,
Oh.
they're not that expensive and they make them.
We'll just get it from there and pretend.
Oh, no. You go over there, you're really bad. My cousin studied there and lived there for a long time.
I asked, what did he say my assistant was? My assistant
Oh, I have to think of one, yeah.
Okay, and it gave me like, I said, well, I wanna visit, and it gave me.
Well, if you really wanna know about an area, I'll have her tell you. She lived all over the. She went to school in Glasgow. But
Yeah,
she
that's
lived
the one I think we're
outside,
still
she wanted to
saving.
like live in different areas. And then she practiced in different areas before she moved to Wales.
Oh, that's one I saw on Facebook. So one of the places, they filmed Skyfall.
Oh.
Juniper,
What's June?
Juniper, your assistant.
She doesn't like that.
Maple stuff.
It is. You could do the assistant, like the apprentice.
now we don't look like town, we
Yeah. Can't believe that came quick. That was ordered.
Well, this is the one that got hit by the deer.
So that's the money we just got. I was trying to figure out what the check was for.
Yeah.
You just answered my question. It was on both ends. Okay. 'Cause I'm like, what is this?
Because originally they sent the check to Star, and they told us.
Oh, cause it said to replace the sign or something, you know, like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's-
It didn't say what it, like.
Because we had one side, and then the one side was just gonna be like brand new, and then the other side was like 3 years old.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's all some.
Yeah.
And might as well
Yeah, done.
just get it done.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then the new car is in.
Are you guys gonna change the rest of them? No.
Yes.
You just, oh, okay.
So there's the new one, and that came within a couple months,
Okay, wow.
where it took his like 2 years.
Yeah, cause I ordered.
Even the truck took a while.
Last year, right? Was it last year? What do you do?
The truck took.
That was the one ordered after his?
Mhm.
That was ordered 23.
Just a few in the front.
Just a few.
All right, Scott, take care. All right, so we are up to, where are we up to? Board comments. Number eight.
You have to read.
Oh, we gotta come out of, yeah, I'm sorry. Need a motion to come out of executive session.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Board comments. Amanda, us are on your side.
I have
Carrie?
I don't have anything.
Chris?
Nothing for me.
Jim?
No comment.
Nothing? All right, motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Mike, stick around for a second.